Hello. Uh, Real quick, I'm gonna dive into the point of this vlog. Me and Caitlin are back together. Um, I am going to show her some tough love because I can't overextend myself this quick. Because I have to, at least make it hard on her parents. Which is hard on me because I do care about her and everything. And my son. Um, Quick update on the money. My mom's charging me rent, so I'm not living here for free. It's not very much though, which is great. So thanks, Mom. Really, thank you. I'm trying to do everything the way you like, the house kept and everything clean. And so um, I'm trying not to make messes and stuff like that. I haven't been here much today. I've been at Caitlin's with spending time with Caden. So that's what I was doing. I'm going to be doing spending time with Caden. I'm not going to be like changing diapers, except for when he's here. And I'm keeping him because she needs a break, which I'm going to give breaks to her. I'm going to implement a break system eventually. Not soon. It's going to be like a week or two. I'm going to implement the break system so my mother can see the baby. But I'll be changing the diapers at that point. And we'll be watching Netflix and everything. I'm going to reintroduce the cable modem to our house. It got turned off in a confusion of if I was there, it was needed. If it wasn't, then I wanted it moved or something. So it's got to be turned back on, which costs a pretty penny, which I'll have on Friday. And then we're down to a 2-seat truck. It's a small truck. We're Americans with a car seat in it. So we're tight in there. We have to do this. I'm gonna get a job. It's not necessarily to get a car. We've accumulated some debt. It's 90% medical bills on both of us. Things that were confused or not paid for by the state. So when I say 90% medical bills, it's more like the total amount of the whole thing for both of us combined, which it's balanced a little bit more towards it being hers, including the credit cards that are still in my pocket. The total amount is $13,000 to $14,000, including the cards in my wallet. I looked at all this today. That's both of ours combined. Mine is $3,000 with the cards in my wallet. Hers is about $10,000 and maybe $16,000. So hers is maybe $16,000, and ours together is maybe $20,000. So we're talking around $20,000 for both of us. So mine was going to be paid off one bill at a time with my employment, because mine was very manageable. Within like 6 months, my credit issues would be taken care of, and then at a steady job, not using my vehicle, my credit would be fixed around. We had this plan of living off $1,200 a month and using the rest of the money to pay down the debt. Well, we're going to use one of those consolidated debt things, and combine it all of hers into we're going to combine all of hers into one bill of $50 a month, and it'll lower the amount. So hers will be a $50 a month payment for a long time, and then it'll just come automatically out of her check, and then mine will be paid in increments, and then those numbers were very high. The 20,000 between both of us. It's actually more like 15,000 between combined. That 10,000 of it will be consolidated. So we're talking like $6,000 that would be paid back between both of us. So I mean, it's really manageable to responsible people, and which is what we're going for. We're going for the responsibility here. So we're going to go with the debt consolidation thing to get into an apartment building quicker than if we were to pay all the debt, then resave the money for the down payment and deposit and rent, first month's rent, and then also we were not going to move into the apartment with just having the first and last month's rent, and then relying on our government check to pay the rent, because we figured we'd be spreading ourselves too thin, especially if we have to take out an auto loan. We'd be a new auto loan that we have to pay for, starting from scratch. We'd be spreading ourselves a little too thin there. So this is what we're going through. I love her, and I love my son. My parents don't really believe in me. Don't believe in her. But, they tell me these things, you can do it. They don't say, you can do it, but they're like, do it this way. They tell me a way to do it. I do it that way, and it's still not good enough. And I know that money doesn't buy happiness. And, I'm coming up with all these things that, I think happened to me for a reason. And it still falls down that family is all you have. When everything falls down, my mother, stepped up and helped me, and I could have went with my dad too, but I have to pay rent, and I'm not complaining, but I'm grateful for this, and I relied on. It wasn't the woman that burnt me. It was the woman's stepfather. And he got in my face and acted like he was going to hit me, and was putting on, this asshole of a show to prove a point about something that was drama, which seemed to be all that was involved in the relationship at the end until we took the break. And now, it's just this long, hard road back to it's going to be this long, hard road to cut the umbilical cord from our parents. And I didn't realize that I was relying, I still am, I'm relying on my parents, and it was my father that pointed this out to me, and it was also my father that said, don't rely on a woman. And I'm not relying on a woman because I'm relying on the government, but I'm relying on a woman's family. I was. And I didn't realize, that how much I was reliant on them. I'm not complaining about this new way of doing things, but I'm 30, And, they're expecting me, because I don't have to work if I don't want to, or, I can work and then have extra things and I don't have to work as much. They're expecting me to be the one to come to I am a walking calculator, okay? If you haven't been able to tell from my rambles here and the way that I wanted my vlog to go and the way that it's going here. So I mean, I'm not a walking calculator. I'm a person, but I do think about numbers a lot. Math always interested me, but I was never good at it in school. I was decent at geometry, like triangles and shapes and stuff in middle school, so it was like decent geometry. I'm not even good at math now. I'm good at odds and probabilities, but the odds of me getting out of debt are very good. The odds of us both getting out of debt with that company's help are very good. The odds of my parents being happy that I'm with her are not good. The odds of my parents being happy if I am the one to rely on because I have a child and because of whatever other reason on the earth fall to me because I'm the only one that can or will do it in the end would make them proud. And is that the end reason? Is that the end all be all of, what I'm here for? I don't know. I know that when I go down this path, that if I get lost in this path, you know what I mean? Like the habit is one thing, and getting away from the habit is the hardest. Getting away from this habit is very hard. But like if I go and I get lost after I beat the habit, then then I know that I'm only hurting myself and the people that will rely on me. And that'll be what my parents will roll over in their grave for and say, we knew, he wouldn't do it. But I mean, that's what I have to say. Thanks for watching. All right, bye.